الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Commenting on the meaning of the verse, Al-Jihad is ordained for you. كتب عليكم قتال وهو كره لكم وعسى أن تكرهوا شيئا وهو خير لكم وعسى أن تحبوا شيئا وهو شر لكم والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. Al-Jihad is ordained for you though you dislike it, and it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Allah knows, but you don't know. That is Surah Al-Baqarah verse 216. Ibn Kathir rahimahullah commented this an obligation from Allah the Exalted upon the believers to carry out jihad that avert the enemies evil from Islam's territory. Al-Zuhri rahimahullah said jihad is an obligation upon everyone whether he goes out to fight or stays behind. The one who stays behind must provide help when himself is sought, provided when his aid is sought, and must hurry to join the fight when he is called upon. And if there is no need for him, then he remains behind. That is why it is reported that Sahih, whoever dies without having fought, nor did he consider fighting, will die a death of Jahiliyyah. And he said on the day of the conquest of Makkah, there is no hijrah after the conquest, but there is jihad and intention. And when you are called upon to go out for jihad, then hasten to answer the call. And he is the exalted saying, وَهُوَ كُرْهٌ لَكُمْ, though you dislike it, means that jihad is hard and difficult upon you, and it is just like this that is hard, that is hard and difficult for one is either killed or injured, together with the hardships of travel and fighting the enemy. Then he the exalted said, وَعَسَى أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ, it may be that you dislike a thing which is good for you. Surah Al-Baqarah, that is 216, meaning it is good for you because victory and triumph over the enemy follows the fighting, as well as taking hold of their land, well done their descendants. And their descendants now. وَعَسَى أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ, and that you like a thing which is bad for you. Surah Al-Baqarah. And this is general concerning all matters. A man may desire a thing while it contains nothing good or beneficial for him in it, and from that it is refraining from fighting for it, for it will be followed by enemies taking control of the land and the role. Then he the exalted said, وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, Allah knows but you do not know. Meaning he knows better about the end result of the affairs than you, and informs of what contains your welfare in both your dunya and your hereafter. So listen to him and comply with his command so that you may be guided. Al-Allama Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'ad rahimahullah commented on the verse saying, in this verse he prescribed the fighting in the cause of Allah after the believers have been ordered to leave it off because of their weakness, their lack of carrying out as was due to that. When the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Makkah to Medina and the Muslims grew in number and in strength, Allah the Exalted commanded them to fight and informed them that it is described by the soul due to what it contains of difficulty and hardship, and of the setting in of the different types of fears, and in subjecting oneself to harm. Nevertheless, it is nothing but outright goodness due to what it contains of great reward, of guarding against the painful punishment of victory over the enemies, of seizing or obtaining the spoils of war, and other than that, from what nature has the desire to carry out this act, despite it contains of the disliked things, that is being injured or killed. It is here, وَعَسَى أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ, and that you like a thing which is bad for you, and that is parable or similar to refraining from jihad, to the preference for comfort. Surely it is evil because disappointment follows, the enemies gaining the upper hand over Islam and its people, the settling of the humiliation and degradation, passing upon the great reward and the punishments taking place, a result of not fighting. These verses are a general regarding the acts of goodness which the soul dislikes due to what they contain of hardship, informing that they are undoubtedly good, and that the acts of evil which the souls love and enjoy due to it believes to contain of comfort and delight, they are undoubtedly evil. As for the affairs of the dunya, then the matter is not steady or constant, but the predominant thing in the believing servant is that whenever he desires one of the affairs, then Allah distends for him from the means that distract or avert him from it, and that is good for him. So the more appropriate thing regarding that is that he thanks Allah and actually takes the good, because he knows that Allah is more merciful with the servant than the servant is to himself, and is more capable of benefiting his servant than he, the servant, is capable of benefiting himself, and is more knowledgeable of his that is servant's welfare than himself, just as he the Exalted said, Allah knows but you do not know. So the suitable thing for you is that you proceed in accordance with his divine predominant, regardless of whether they make you happy or cause you to grieve.